Good morning students. Today we will be dealing with the topic methods of data collection. First of all, in normal words, what is data collection? Basically, it is collecting the data which is needed for the researcher to conduct the analysis. See, first definition, it is the process by which the researcher collect the information needed to answer the research problem. Fine. The second is the task of data collection begins after the research problem has been defined and the research design chalked out. That means the data collection is only done after the researcher has completely selected and clear out the research problem, and he has defined that what is the research design and how I have to conduct that research and on whom or what are the subjects of that research. Then in collection of the data, the researcher must decide what all things the researcher has to decide before collecting the data for the research. That is, first is which data to collect, which data he has to collect first of all. Second, how the data should be collected, means what method that he has to use to collect the data, who will collect the data, who is the person who is going to collect the data, when to collect the data, what is the timing, what will be the timing, he has to decide the timing which will be used to collect the data. Find the timing should be comfortable for the person or the sample also. Then the selection of method of collecting information depends upon these are the factors on which the collection of information depends. First is resources available. The resources what are available for us for the collection of information, that should be there, means the data collection depends on the sources available. We should collect the data from all the sources which are available for us. Second is credibility, that how effective or how easily we can that can be collected and how effective that is. Fine, that how pure that is or how important that is. Then is analysis and reporting. The data which is the method of data should be which we are going to use for collecting the information, it should depend on that how easily we can analyze that, and reporting should be easily done with that help of method of data collection, with that method which we are going to use. Then resources, what type of resources are uh, means with us, on that basis we should collect the information or data. And skills of evaluator, that means if the researcher is not able to he is not having that ability to collect the information through a difficult procedure, he should not go to that procedure. The method should be collected that is comfortable for the researcher as well as for the sample. Fine, these are the these are the things on which the collection of next we are having method of data collections. Basically, essentially two types of data collections are there, two methods we are using for the data collection, or these are the types of data collection. First is primary data, second is secondary data. Primary data are those which are collected for the first time and are original in character. Fine, the primary data should be collected for the first time. It is the first hand data that is collected directly from the sample or from the patient or from anything. That is first hand data, that is primary data.
Flight mode में
There are two basic sorry for the disturbance. Next is the method of data collection. It can be primary and secondary. Primary we have discussed. Secondary is secondary data are those which are already been collected by someone else and which have through some statistical analysis. That is, the secondary data is the data which is collected, or we can say the secondary data is the second hand data, or we can collect second hand data from the researches already done, which has been already conducted, and we are having some unsolved questions because of that, or we are having problem with that research. These are the data that has already undergone some type of statistical analysis. These are second hand data. First, the collection of primary data. The primary data may be collected through, first is experiments. The experiments are always having the first hand data. Then is survey. or sample survey and Sensex surveys we can use for the surveys. Then we are having interviews method, then questionnaires, then observation and schedules. These are the methods of collecting the data through primary, means that the data which we are collecting, primary data when we are collecting, we have to use or we can use these type of methods. First is experiment, second is survey, then is interviews, then is observation, then is questionnaire and schedules. Then collection of primary data of the above, the important ones. All of these are important, but the most important ones are observation method, interview method, questionnaires and schedules. First is observation method. What is observation method? Observation means basically observing something. We have to observe the data, or we can observe the samples, what they are doing, and from that observation we are collecting the data. First is observation method is a method under which data from the field is collected with the help of observation by the observee or by personally going to the field. See, we can take an example, like if we want to use the observation method, we can take a research like a research to collect the information, or we can see that we can tell that to see that the nurses are performing hand washing techniques properly or not. In this process we cannot ask, if we are asking the nurses that are you conducting or performing the hand washing technique properly, they will tell you definitely yes. So in this what we have to do, the person or the researcher has to be present on the field so that he can observe all these things by his own eyes, or we can use some type of CCTV cameras so that the information is collected and we can use it as a first hand data. Here the observation by observee means observee is the person himself or the researcher himself. He has to be there, or he has to appoint a person who will observe on the place of the researcher, go there and observe everything. Then observation may be defined as systematic viewing coupled with consideration of seeing phenomena. What we are seeing, that information we have to give. Steps of effective observation. First is determine what need to be observed. First we have to clearly define that what we need to observe. Second, select the participant. Select the participant. We have to select the participants random, or selected participant. Random means we can select anyone, or we are having already selected the participant, we can use them. Then conduct the observation. Fine. First we have to see what at which place we are going to, venue means we are going to observe that. Then what will be the duration of observation, recording materials, what all recording materials we are going to use. Then take the photographs. Fine. Then compile the data collected. Which all data we have collected already, now we have to compile them. Compile them means we have to combine them and collect them. Then is analyze and interpret data collected. Which all data we have collected, now we have to interpret and analyze that. We have to take them to analysis. Then we are having classifications of observations. First is structured observation and second is unstructured observation. From the name itself we can say structured observation. Structured observation, when the observation is characterized by careful definition of the unit to be observed. First thing we are confirmed that to whom we are going to observe. The style of recording the observed information we are having proper, that through what we are going to observe, what all are the techniques or recording materials we are having. Then standardized conditions of observations are there, and the selection of related data of observation we are having. Fine. We are having everything in a material, like we are having, we know that how we are going to do, what is the material, how we are going to collect, what is the duration, everything. Unstructured is like we are not having any plan for that, when it take place without the above characteristics. All these above characteristics are not present in that observation, that is unstructured observation. Then is participant observation. Participant observation, when the observer is a member of the group which he is observing, then it is participant observation. Means we have to participate in that observation. The observer should be a member of the group, then it is participant observation. Non-participant observation, when the observer is observing people without giving any information to them, then it is non-participant observation. Means here the person or the researcher is not a member of the team. He will be standing somewhere else or far from them, so that they are not able to see him, or they are not able to understand that the researcher is already present on that site. So that is non-participant observation. Then is uncontrolled observation. Uncontrolled means we cannot control that observation. When the observation take place in a natural condition, we cannot control natural conditions, so it is the observation that is taken in a natural condition, that is uncontrolled observation. It is done to get spontaneous picture of life or person. We are going to get a spontaneous picture, means they are not going to plan anything. They don't know that someone is coming to observe them. It will be there in their natural settings. There will be no controlled environment or anything else for them. Fine, that is uncontrolled observation. Then is controlled observation. When the observation take place according to the pre-arranged plan. Right? I told you that uncontrolled observation, no plan is there. Controlled observation, there will be a plan with experimental procedures. We will be having some experimental procedure. Then it is called controlled observations. Generally done in laboratories under controlled conditions and environment. Right? You understood? That is controlled and uncontrolled observations. Then is advantages of observations. There are some advantages and disadvantages of everything, you know that. So we are having advantages of observation. Produce large quantity of data. It can produce a large quantity of data. All the data obtained from observations are usable. Whatever data we are getting, that is usable. Then the observation techniques can be stopped or begun at any time. We can stop it and begin it at any time. Relatively inexpensive. It is inexpensive because we have to just observe by our eyes, or we have to participate in that. So no expenses there. Then is disadvantages. Interviewing selected subject may provide some information economically, then wait for the spontaneous occurrence of the situation. Right? We have to wait for everything. Then it is expensive method. We can say that if economically we have to help